They say it takes 10 years for an overnight success to happen, and I agree. So we may see someone who's gone viral or is now popular for one thing they did, and we think, oh, they've just come out of nowhere. But that's hardly ever the case. If you go back and look at like their history, you'd see that they've been putting in the work for a long period of time. And so in my case, I'm by no means saying I'm popular or have I even gone viral, but I've definitely come a long way from my days of charging £150 for a session to today where I get 6k sales. And so in this video, I'll be sharing with you the values I cultivated that has enabled me to build a six-figure business. So the first value I would say is my drive and can-do attitude. So I would ask, what's lighting up a fire under your ass? When I ask myself that question, it's definitely the fact that there's no one for me to fall back on. There's no one who's coming to save me. I have no will or no like honey jar waiting for me at the end of the road. I basically need to create the life I want, and I need to sort of create that future I want. I definitely have to like prepare for like my very old age, you know, when I'm no longer wanting or having to wake up early and do the whole grind hustle life. If I want to live a particular lifestyle, I would have to achieve that for myself, and because of that, there's no plan B. There's no oh, I'm procrastinating, because for me, the sooner I put in this hard work, the sooner I'm going to get to that comfortable future of my dreams. So whether I stumble, whether I fail, whether I'm tired, whether I'm crying, that's all fine, you know. I can rest, but there's no quitting. So basically, there's no quitting. There's no one at the end of the road coming to save me. And that's what gives me that drive, because I have to do it. Point blank, period. I have to do it. The second thing I've cultivated is to be consistent. So there are days you're tired, there are days you don't want to do it, or there are days, you know, a campaign failed. But I'm sorry, you just have to wake up and go all over again. Like round two, let's go. So you have to be consistent right from the first day you decide you want to run a business. You have to treat it as a business, whether you're getting no clients or whether you're just doing free work for the meantime because you're building your portfolio, or whether you're still charging way below what you know you should. You need to treat it as a business. Treat every customer like, you know, they matter. Every customer like they've paid you like thousands of bucks. And just be consistent throughout your whole like journey, throughout your whole business processes, because you're beginning to build the discipline and that grit that would literally sustain you for the whole of this journey, because it's not going to be an easy journey. It's going to be a long, hard one, but you need to be consistent. Three, I've been able to be resilient. So no matter what happens, I can rest, but I cannot quit. Starting a business is not for the faint-hearted, literally. And I know these days we hear about people, or we see all these clickbait videos. Oh, I made 100k in a week, or I made 100k in a month. That's great, and that may be true for some of those people, but what you need to know is this has come through years of trial and error. They've not just woken up one day, started a business, and made 100k in a week. No. I mean, unless you're, what's her name, Kylie Jenner. But with that, you can see she had generation of family members who had already put in those years of work to make her success happen. So literally, something has happened for you to have that success. You don't get born with no history, no family history, no background support, and you do that. So just know you have to be resilient. There's going to be like trying periods. There's going to be times where you're just like, I mean, take today for example, right? I've started YouTube just a month now. And this morning I was just like, oh my gosh, I knew this was going to be a lot of work. But this is a lot of work. Do I really want to do this? I was asking myself this morning because I had to film this video, and I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? I do a lot already. But that's just it. I have to be resilient. I've given myself this 52 weeks challenge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link it up below. Above, you can watch it after this video. I've given myself a 52 weeks challenge and I just have to go through it, whether I like it or not. 52 weeks, I'm gonna have to post a video every day. And so you have to like hook yourself onto something, hold yourself onto something, be resilient. This business has got to work. And obviously, you don't just say it for the sake of saying it or say it without the tools and the resources. Make sure you're upskilling, make sure you're learning, make sure you're investing in education and the tools and softwares and programs that will enable success. But despite all of those things, it's still going to be a lot of work. Get ready to be resilient. The fourth value I've cultivated is humility. So no matter how far you've gone, no matter how your success and all of that, always try to be humble. It would come a long way. Never think you know it all. You can always learn from so many people from so different ways. Never think you're too old or you're too good enough to learn from someone who is younger than you. Literally, knowledge comes in all ways and all forms. Like for me, I love investing in like coaches. I love investing like workshops or guides for particular things I want to learn. And the age of the person, the background of the person doesn't matter. What's important is that this person has the knowledge, they have the skills, they have the experience, they have that proof that they've gone through what I'm going through, they've come out the other side and they've achieved success in that field. And I'm humble to learn from them. Whenever I see a YouTube video that pertains to something I'm trying to learn, I click on it and see where I can get value from. Talk to people around you, join groups. Again, I've talked about joining a Facebook community. I'll leave a card up where you can understand why I said that. And just be humble, be, humble in all things because when you start to achieve success, you don't want to get to that stage where you feel, oh, I know it all. It's like, no, you can always learn from other people. So definitely humility is something I've cultivated. The fifth thing I've had to like cultivate is my integrity. And I wouldn't even say maybe I cultivated it. It's just a value I've sort of like nurtured ever since I was young, whether it's in business or otherwise. Like having that integrity would like serve you well when people talk about you, when people mention your name, they just know the kind of person you are. And so when you're dealing with your clients, you want to make sure like that your integrity as a person and as your business is of great standard because people talk, we think the world is big but the world can be small. I've dealt with businesses whose customer service has just been so awful, so bad, and when I've brought up like some issues to them, they just like discard me and treat me like trash and don't care because the whatever I purchased for them, wasn't the biggest or wasn't the most costly or whatever. And so you have to treat all your clients with like the utmost regard, whether that client has purchased your minimum product or they've purchased your biggest product, you need to treat them all amazingly well. Sixth is to be generous. So just as you're receiving, you want to give back to others. And I think that's just how like the world flows. That's how, good energy circulates. So whether it's being generous with your clients, in terms of if someone's late, you can give them a grace. If someone's taking a bit time, you can give them that grace. If someone has bought a package but just loves one particular picture, but you can see they're struggling to like eliminate that picture because they love it but their budget cannot accommodate, why don't you be generous and just say, you know what, no worries, I'll add that extra image for you. I do that. Be generous with people in your life, whether it's your family, taking them out for dinner, taking them out for brunch, whether it's the people you work with, you've had like a good month or a good week, sales has been good, and these people are like pouring into your business, take them out for a treat. Just be generous as much as you can with your time, with your money, with yourself, and it would come back to you. And you're not doing it just because it would come back to you, but you're doing it because Truly, that's how the world functions. Like, I've been in situations where someone did something so generous they didn't have to, and I'm just like, oh wow, amazing people still exist in this world, and you want to like keep that flow going. Seventh is I'm very spirit led. I have a strong faith. So, do you believe in God? Do you have faith? Pray? Do you meditate? Do that. Do you say your daily affirmations? Do that. And seek for advice, seek for the truth, seek for like divine knowledge. For me, I say my affirmations every morning. I pray every morning. I'm constantly asking God for guidance to lead me, to like bring to my conscious what maybe I'm not seeing. Because this life can be tough, business can be tough. And while people say business and personal is different, to be very honest, it can be quite intertwined in some ways. And when it comes to a creative business such as photography, you're giving a lot of yourself to it. Whether you realize it or not, you're actually giving a lot of yourself to that business and you're pouring into your clients. For me, as a boudoir photographer, empowering women, cheering them on, hearing of like the awful things some of them have gone through, and sort of like counseling some people and pouring into them, that's a lot of myself I'm giving, and I do attract those clients who align with me on that field. I've had like the most amazing clients who value my work, are constantly grateful and thanking me. I've had some people give me gifts, and I'm always like, wow, I'm flawed. But I know as a person, I genuinely care about other people. I'm in this boudoir niche because I genuinely want to like really boost women up and just be like, we are freaking amazing. You need to believe in yourself. Don't let society standards and like all of that put you down. You're amazing. And because I do this work, so I always have to like come back home and be centered in myself and seek that divine guidance in terms of how I move through spaces and what I do, and to like move people away that, you know, who do not care for me, like make them blind from me, they can't see me, and just keep doing this good work. And the eighth value I'll be sharing today is having the passion. So I think it goes without saying, having that passion for your work is so important. And I think as a photographer, as an artist, our passion tends to be what leads us to this field anyway. And so trying to make sure you cultivate this and continue to nurture it throughout your journey is important, because sometimes not only I don't know. For me, I feel like my passion is what really sustains me. But I think some people at some point lose their passion, and so you have to keep almost reminding yourself of why you do this. And if you're doing a particular genre and maybe you feel tired or you feel less inspired, you can maybe try something else, maybe work on a personal project. For example, I'm currently working on a personal project where I'm celebrating frontline women who worked on the front lines during the pandemic. And that's just a way to like keep myself still embedded and grounded in why I started photography in the first place, because I wanted to tell stories about women, marginalized community, bring to light things that are hidden. And so I'm still doing my personal work, which is unpaid by the way, but it really nourishes me and I'm giving back to people. And then I'm still doing my boudoir work where I'm still doing these amazing things for women, but that sort of like enables me to earn a living. So make sure you find a way to nurture your passions and your talent to keep you on this journey, because it's going to be a hard couple of years. But if you stick with it and you keep being resilient and you keep doing all the other things, you would come out the other way successful and grow your business. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope sharing my story and sharing the things I've had to cultivate to get me to where I am has given you some like idea, has enlightened you in some way. If you enjoyed this video, then I think you enjoyed watching this, where I talk about how to overcome your money blocks to, you know, run and grow a six-figures business. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.